All right, I've had this canvas laying around for a while. I want to use it up because I got a whole new bunch of canvases in. And I got some other paintings to do too, so I'm going to get this done. I'll use this canvas I've been doing it. So you can see that I put a little bit of linseed oil on it just to seal it a little better. You can see I got a little bit of blue paint off my little prop things down here from yesterday's painting. I don't paint every day, but I paint just about every day. Something. I'm not painting this painting paintings, then I'm usually painting ceramics or something. All right, let's take some liquid white, put it on here, and we'll see how fast it's going to dry. Now, if you saw the episode prior to this new gesso that I made dries super fast. Dries the liquid white super fast. So I put a coat of linseed oil on it to see if that would retard that, and I think it will. We'll find out. Might make it too slick. I don't know, but I don't think so. I'm usually pretty good with filling out my mediums, and even if it is a little more slick than what I'm used to, you just got to learn how to handle paint. That's all. And how do you do that? You don't do it by watching YouTube videos. You get in here and you mix it up with the canvas and the paint brushes. I'm using a Kevin Hill paintbrush, 1-inch brush. I like Kevin's 1-inch brushes. The brushes are at least as good as Bob Ross's, if not better. And they come a lot faster. They're never out of stock, it doesn't seem like. Maybe they are, and I just never happened to order it at that time. I'm not too worried about this blue down here. We'll either paint over it or do something else. Okay, now yesterday, when I painted this, by the time I got to the bottom, the top was already dry. So I think this is looking a lot better. The only difference is I put that linseed oil on first. All right. Now, I'm so fascinated by that, I didn't really ever think about what I was going to paint. So I guess we'll better figure that out here in a minute. Let's clean that brush. Probably use this brush again. I just keep using this brush, maybe. All right. Luckily, I took all the trash out of the studio before we started today because I tend to create a lot of it. All right. So let me think about what we might want to paint. Let's paint like a winter scene. Let me flip through some of my little offside sketches here and see what we might could paint. I did everything kind of yellow and brown yesterday, so maybe I'll do something a little different today. I don't know that we see anything. What's my boat? But let's go ahead and put a little bit of sky up here. I'm going to try a little bit of this Drumbucker color I bought a couple years ago. I used it in a painting the other day for something else, but I thought I'd give it a spin today a little bit. I may mix this with something else, but we'll see how it goes. I kind of like that. It's kind of a gray blue light blue color. And I'm not looking to put a lot of blue into the sky if I make like a winter scene. Yeah, that's pretty good, except I didn't put enough paint down. Yeah, because I was just going to use a little bit. That's okay. I kind of like it, so I think I'll put a little bit more. We can always go back and get some more if we need some more. No sense in wasting it. But. We're going to leave some open spots here. Just let the sky be kind of loose but active at the same time. That looks pretty nice. I like that. All right. Barely touching the canvas. All right, let's clean the brush. I'm gonna keep on using this brush. I got some towels over here on the side. I'll just wipe that brush on those towels. Let's add. I don't want to add much color to this, but I do want to add a little bit of color. So let's pick up some alizarin crimson. But I don't want much of this. I mean, I don't want much of this at all. So I think the way I'm going to do this, pick up a filbert. That's too big a filbert. Pick up this small filbert. Put just a little bit of paint on there. I'm just going to blend that. And that's all I really want on there. All right, now we're going to come back and blend it again. Blended it with the filbert, but let's blend it with the flat brush. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right. Now, if I only knew what I had in mind. Besides that. Maybe. Let's put a mountain in here. And I think we'll start with Van Dyke Brown. So put a bead of that on the palette. We're going to take that and we're going to flatten it. I can just flatten it with the brush. I don't want to flatten it with the brush because I want to put it on with a knife. I'm going to go to a smaller knife. I like to use the smaller knives. All right. I had a couple different mountain ranges here I could do, maybe. I don't know if I see anything in particular that I want, but let's kind of. I don't want quite that much peak. So I'm going to kind of round that out a little bit. Here we go. I'm not going to dig into this too much because I don't want to kind of paint that on with the brush. No, I mean, that's not what I meant. I'll kind of smooth it out with the brush. That's what I meant to say. All right. So yeah, I think this will be okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do a little brush work. First, let's clean this brush. What in the world I got on it? I got something. Come on. Notice the paper is always strongest at the perforation. Okay. All right, let's smooth some of this out now. Let's figure out where we want these mountains to go. All right, that's a good start. All right, let's clean the brush. And then we'll go back to the knife. Now, I could jump straight forward into just white and with snow, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. I could do that, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to start off with a little bit of uptone for that. Let's try it here a little. Then we'll kind of come back and start adding more stuff to it. Now, when you're painting your mountains, make sure you keep your finger off of this part of the blade. You don't want that. This paint right here that I'm using right now is really thin. It's one of the reasons I want to use it up. But, all right. Let's put a little bit on this mountain back here, but not much. All right, maybe a bit more than I thought. Okay, that looks okay. All right, now we can start progressing toward white. Ooh, pretty soon I'll be opening a new titanium white. Won't be long, a couple more paintings. 2021 brings a new titanium white, probably. Yay! Artists were so easily entertained. All right, so let's just start. Okay, let's start over here. So I'm flattening this out each time on the palette. I'm just going to touch up these. Now, I picked up some of that yellow, so we're just going to clean that off the knife. Come back and reload. Now, I don't care so much that it's going to mix. Let me move this over just a little bit. I don't care, just to get this area here. Everybody's like, "Oh, I've never seen anybody swipe up." Well, I'm a southpaw, so I have to make some adjustments for what you see everybody else do, because we do everything backwards. All right. So now we've kind of set the tone here by putting this highlight in, that we're going to have other browns and stuff in here. Got some green on my thumb, which was dragged into the painting, but that's okay. It's actually on the knife, I guess. Take a baby wipe, wipe my hands off. We're not too worried about that stuff there. We'll blend all that out. Get it off. Let me find out where it is first. It's on this finger. And it's on that finger. And it's on that finger. And this one. And my thumb. Well, nice. If you're going to do it right. Now, where do we first pick it up from? It's not on this brush. All right, so let's take this brush and kind of blend all this out. There we go. All right. Okay, let's put some a little bit. I think what we want to do here, let's take a little bit of Midnight Black, because I want to add a little bit of dark to some of this. Midnight Black. Now you could use Ivory Black, or you could use Lamp Black. Now Lamp Black, you gotta be careful with that stuff because it's really super powerful. It will flat mess up your color scheme if you're not careful. I don't want to put too much of that in there. So let's just kind of, that's way too dark for what I want to do. Let's take a bunch of white. Okay, let's try this. Now you can see this Midnight Black is coming out kind of like a blue kind of black. And that's okay, because it's not really pure black. So we'll just kind of lay in this reversed shadow thing. Now I think this part here, we're either going to put some more snow and make it really blue, or we might just try to take that and put some fog in there. All right, so let's take this color, since we got some anyway. Just kind of run that back and forth like that. All right, I like that. clean the knife off and off my fingers. And still off my fingers. Good Lord. Ah! Days I should wear gloves. I'm concentrating on keeping the paint off me and I keep getting it on my fingers. All right, so let's see. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. All right. So now right through here, let's just take this and kind of like that. Okay, now I want to straighten this slope up a little bit. Create another slope like that. Here we go. All right, enough of that. I don't want to get a major bunch of things going here on the mountain. This is a completely about the mountains. Tell you what though, let's take a little bit of black, some of that white. Let's see if we can leave some of that over here. We'll probably put a tree or something right in around this way, so it doesn't really make that much difference. All right, here we go. God darn it. I don't know how I keep getting paint on my fingers. I just can't figure it out. It's not on this knife, but I don't know. It's on something. Besides, it's on my fingers. That's what it's on. Okay, let's put the knife down now. Let's pick up just some white, titanium white. Let's kind of a little more titanium white. Oh, and some red. I know where that came from. And that's kind of okay. I kind of like that. So let's just kind of blurring this slope a little bit. All right. Now we're going to take some of this blue that we started with. Well, I don't know. Maybe I've got enough things here that we can. Let's see what happens. Nah, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. All right, let's get a fan brush. Let's use one of these shorter ones, I guess. These new fan brushes, they're kind of stiff, so we'll see how they do. I'm just going to mix them with some titanium white. I don't really have enough paint here, though. Let's see if I can do that. All right, let's try this. See, I don't want much in the way of, I don't want a lot of contrast in here. But I do want. I'm just using the very edge of the brush. Very edge of the brush. And I'm not worried too much about filling in every single hole, because I'll show you why in just a second. All right, let's clean that brush. Keep this brush out. Back to this brush. We're going to need some more white. Maybe we'll get to the titanium white tomorrow. All right. We're even going through it. We're pulling off about an inch each time we push this out. All right. Put some more fog back in here. I'm just kind of covering where the color starts to fade. That's kind of where we're kind of targeting. And then just kind of smooth that out. Okay, now right along here, these trees, because I was looking at it sideways, are a little bit sideways. So let's just kind of straighten these dudes up some. So it's just a little fix, a little quick fix. Here we go. Nothing to it. I don't like those trees back there are almost lost in the mist, but all right, I'll tell you what, let's darken them up just a little bit. All right, that didn't work. Let's try it again. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, now we can square that away. All right. I want to add a little bit more color to this, and let's go with maybe I'm going to add just a little bit of cerulean blue. Now, cerulean blue is a little too much blue for what I want to do, but I think maybe we can make it work. So let's pick some up on the brush, just a light. We're not cleaning the brush. We've got that white in there from the brush. And let's just kind of that's pretty good. Okay. We have to pick up a new brush for the fog, but that's okay. Okay. Oh my, getting a lot of brushes going here. All right, let's take a little more cerulean blue this time. And I think this will be like the last add here before we start really closing in You know what? I don't think I want the landscape to go like that. I think I want the landscape to go like that. We're going to start. I got some more cerulean blue on the thing here, so we're just going to kind of keep blending this in. Pulling the brush strokes out right now. All right. Now we'll take the foggy brush. And we'll soften the top of these hills just a little bit, like that. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Okay. Now, I don't want to add a lot of... We got a lot of brown here, and we got a little bit of green and some blue, but I don't want to add... It's wintertime in this scene, so I don't want to add a lot of anything that's, lively and colorful and all that stuff. So let's do this. Let's take this brown, this Van Dyke brown, and let's kind of create. I'm going to keep this nice and dark, so like that. And then like that. My girls are making cookies today, so here comes my first oatmeal raisin cookie. They're nice and hot. Also, it's hot.
But you didn't say it was good.
And I haven't got over it hot yet. It is good though. So now, look at this brush out. I like that. I'll do some more of that, but I want to fog all of this up in the snow. I'm going to turn all this into snow right up in here. Probably should have put the snow in first, but that's okay. That's nice. I like that. Okay, now maybe I should just put all the land. All right, let's get the hills and stuff put in first. Let's get it. I think over here, I'm just gonna have like we'll put a tree like right here, right where it's like not right on the mountain, but it's close to the mountain. And then And then let's have, like right here where the tree's going to be, some stuff. All right. And then, you can pull some of that stuff up like that just to create some, little doers right in there. On this side, I'm not happy with this yet. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's put some doers in here. Now the tree work is going to be the main focal point here in a minute. I want to have this come out like sharply. Here we go, like that. And I don't know, I think I'll use this blue to my advantage here. So let me clean this brush. Pick up some of this cobalt. I said cobalt, it's really in blue. All right. I'm kind of blending this in. I'm going to use a little bit of that blue, a little bit of this white. To add some shadow. A little bit of blue, a little bit of white, a little bit of blue more. So canvas is a little bit dry right there. That's okay. A little bit of blue, a little bit of white. Now, bring it all the way up into the brown. Kind of blend all of that together. All right. There you go. Pull some of that color in. Same whole tree up here. All right. There we go. All right. Good enough. Okay, now there won't be any branches on these trees, so let's just take a nice little bit of brown here and kind of pull up some little things if we want them. If we don't want them, leave them out. There we go. But it'll give you another layer. Okay. All right, we're done with that. We should be done with this brush, so let's put it away. And then we'll get the script liner out and start finishing up. Oh, that doesn't go over there. Hang on. That one's clean. And this is our little cleaning up brush here. We'll just kind of okay, so we're going to put some trees in. We're going to put a couple back here and back, and we're going to put a big one here and maybe a couple over there, maybe just one, I don't know, but we'll see. But the ones that are closest, we want to have them be a little darker. So we're going to take a little bit of this brown, a little bit of this white. There we go. I'm not a big fan of Van Dyke Brown, but I used it quite a bit in this painting. But all right, let's see. I don't want to eclipse this mountain too much. And we may have to put some liquid white on this thing to get all these tiny little branches in here. We'll see. Maybe not. Let's put a little bit of liquid clear on a palette plate. Nice. Got a little bit of liquid clear on here on the palette plate now. That'll make it a little better, maybe. But maybe not. We'll see. All right. Maybe another one like right here. And this one can be a little bigger. Doesn't really have to be any taller, but it's sitting closer, so it's going to be a little bigger, a little darker. Now, if you're pulling this brush along, make sure you turn in it. That'll keep the paint flowing. Now, a lot of people like to add like white birch trees into their winter scenes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But where I live, there's not a lot of that. We do have some white sycamore trees. Most of our trees are brown. I'm not really trying to make a perfect tree either, so right now I may end up blocking you guys a little bit on this one because this one's, I have to turn my head to see under my hand to paint because I'm left-handed. But hopefully you can see that. I think this tree, let's split it into base like that instead of splitting it up in the middle like the other ones, and just make it a little different. A little more medium, just adding just a touch. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's go to the big tree, bigger tree. How big I want that thing? I think maybe we'll split this tree too. Let's just kind of I'm going to do all this with a script liner, which is maybe not the best way to do it, but it's gonna work for this, I think. I may have to switch script liners because I may have loaded too much paint into this brush, but we'll find out. We'll find out in a minute. This canvas has got a lot of tooth in it, and so you got to paint across that tooth. There we go. All right. Big gob of paint there. I want this to kind of come up just a little bit and then split. It needs to split bigger than that. Oh, yeah, like that. Yeah. Here we go. Now it's working. All right. Right. I'm gonna clean this brush out because I just have too much paint in it. So let's clean it and then go back and try it again to start loading this up. All right. I want this to kind of. I like the way that trunk looks, so we're gonna leave that alone. But we're gonna make sure we get all of that thinner out of the brush from where I just cleaned it. I'm going to bring this guy. I want this branch to, good Lord, I paint on that brush to kill a horse. All right. All right. And you can spend as much time as you want putting all these little branches in. I find sometimes it's easier too for me to paint these branches upside down. I don't know why. It just seems to work out that way. They seem to flow out of my hands better that way. But it's up to you. Do it however you want. Do it however's easiest. Now I'm not a big advocate for always doing it the easy way. Matter of fact, I hardly ever do it the easy way. But if you have an easier way that inspires you, go that way. Do it. Painting with my wrong hand, so hopefully this will go well. All right, I think I'm kind of done with that. I'm going to add a little bit of highlighting to it and clean this brush off. I'm going to go back and add some medium to the brush after we clean it off. We're going to pick up a little bit of this yellow ochre. And I think we'll just add kind of add some of that right along these edges. And then we'll pick up a little bit of white to go with that. Need a brush. Now this time we're going to put a little bit of thinner on the brush and go straight to white. Let's see how this works. And I just want to add just a little bit of snow. Just a little bit of snow to some of these branches. Okay. And then, you know what? I'm just going to wipe that brush off. Come back. Oop. I'll put a couple maybe like that. And then maybe we'll take, using the script liner still, we'll put a little bit of snow up on these trees. All right. Now, last but not least, I want to put a couple little fence posts in here. So again, back to the brown. I'm not sure what kind of fence posts I want, though, or even actually where I want them. But let's just put them back here. There's one. There's two. And there's like this little slanty bar. I want to go on there. And that's about all for that, except for some highlight. So let's just pick up a little bit of medium, a little bit of white. Kind of highlight this bar. Maybe highlight this side. This side. All right, now I don't think I want to try to put that last bit of snow down. I don't think that. So we're going to just pick up some titanium white on a filbert. And kind of pat it in there like that. And then maybe we'll just put a little bit of all right. Now this place right over here doesn't quite suit me. So let's just kind of add a little bit more snow in here. And that'll look better. There we go. And just like that. All right. Okay, guys, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed this little lesson. And we'll see you on the next one.